VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Wednesday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, Sirius XM Channel 158. Did I miss anything? Did I say iHeartRadio?
I'm not sure. I just sit here and look pretty when you start the show.
What's that?
I just sit here and look pretty while you start the show.
You do bring the pretty.
My smile takes a lot of practice. That's what I have to do. I
think that people are like, thank God Kelly brings the pretty every morning to this show. It's Gil Alexander, by the way. That is Kelly Bidlin, everybody.
Hey!
Producer number 9. So much more than a producer, as you witnessed the last couple weeks here on the show. On today's show, a guest-heavy one. I don't know if it's guest-heavy, but I guess it is kind of guest-heavy.
Yeah.
But we love our guest, JVT, co-host of Money Moves, going to talk Major League Baseball and college football. College football guide on the cusp of being released. By the way, I need access to the grid. Just I requested access. Apparently, I'm behind the deadline. For the college football guide, Jonathan Von Tobel will join us a little later on. Spanky as well. Hey, Spanky appearance. The creator of Bet Bash. And also the creator of what was Spank Odds, now with a name change, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. We'll hear from Spanky, and we'll also talk about who, during Bet Bash, and Bet Bash is in a couple weeks now here. What's this? Bet Bash 4, I believe this is. Because there was one on the East Coast, so I always get messed up.
That's right.
Which
Yeah, that sounds
Bet Bash
right.
it is.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you sound like you're one too many, but you're right. I forgot about the East Coast one.
So Spanky will join us. We'll talk about who got nominated and who's not nominated, but who's getting inducted into his Sports Gambling Hall of Fame, which is a thing. Now, not to be confused with the Sports Betting Hall of Fame, Kelly. There are 2 Halls of Fame.
Which is the one behind us?
The one behind us is the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame. That is the Bet Bash Spanky one.
Gotcha.
So if you've ever been at Circa, this beautiful, beautiful facility here behind us, this beautiful sports book, behind my shoulder, if I moved out, could you see it?
Yeah, there it is.
That corner.
Little gold flickering thing.
That little flickering thing. There go my earbuds, by the way.
Next to the counter.
Yeah, that's the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame, and we will find out. Not we'll find out, but we'll go through some of the guys who are in. And by the way, not just guys in the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame. So we'll do that. Greg Peterson, full slate Major League Baseball. Greg Peterson will join us to talk about all his plays today, and I need an update on his dating life. As we learned last time, he's back out there.
That's right. Volume shooter.
Volume shooter, famously, self-proclaimed volume shooter. I'd like to know what, I'm really going to dive deep on this. I want to know what his sales pitch is on these dating sites. I want to know how he lures them in. If that's the proper terminology.
Lures them in? Probably not.
No, probably not. Will Hill also here with all his bets, baseball and beyond. We'll talk to Will. We're also going to do, it's Win Total Wednesdays here on the show. Yes. So NFL win totals, our favorite NFL season win totals. We did this a long time ago, like right after the season. When they first came out, I think we did this.
Well, you and I made a bet right away as soon as win totals were posted.
Yeah.
Do you feel as good about that bet, by the way? That was going to be one of my questions for that segment.
We're talking about the Giants under 5.5. Yes.
Okay.
Because every time, first of all, Drew's explanation, because yesterday I brought up, I was like, what about this defense? I mean, Burks and Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence and now Abdul Carter. I mean, they are loaded on deep. But what he said was the secondary just completely torpedoes that.
Yeah.
And then you look at their schedule. And once you look at their schedule, you are once again comforted with the under. So yes, I am as confident.
I don't hate it. I'm not buying off it. I will admit I'm not as confident in it as when I first made it.
I'm not adding to it if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. So we'll get into that. Our favorite NFL season win totals. And we'll also take a look at our favorite World Series matchups as well. Mm-hmm. Which the beauty of that exercise, which always amuses me, is, normally betting markets, they're all done in a, shortest odds to longest odds kind of fashion. Not World Series matchups, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to find the one that you want that easily. So they do it by team. And so you had to put together a graphic where you did it shortest odds to longest odds, and that took you, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, it'd be. You should catch some of the thrilling text message conversations that happened between me and Gil. I'm losing my mind because I can't find or DraftKings. Every time we go to talk about this, DraftKings pulls it. They pull the market. They just have exactas because they're the ones who will always list it by odds order, and then it's every shop that has them up. It's just by alphabetical. And I'm like, okay, if I got to put together a graphic, I got to find the 10 shortest odds.
Yes, you do.
And of course, what do you do? You start. I'm like 40 to 1. All right, I'll start here, and I'm going to write down everything shorter than that. So of course, that gets to a list of about 37 matchups.
You went too high.
Went way too high, and then I got to whittle it down. And yes, 20 minutes later, I finally have a graphic completed. Where I texted you, I can almost guarantee you I missed one somewhere. Like you're going to be like, where's Dodgers Yankees? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I guess I missed that.
Struggle is real.
Yeah.
Kelly Bidlin, daily basis. Yesterday in tennis, coming off the heels of a 2-0 clean sheet 2 days ago, 2-1 yesterday. There was one cancellation. Ugo Humbert, your boy, decided he didn't want to play in this tournament anymore.
Cancellation?
They get injury. So we ended up with 3 picks. We went 2-1. The big dog was Maya Joint. Maya Joint is a plus 160 plus dog, plus 162, I believe it was.
That was yesterday?
Yesterday against
she's right back at it again?
Leila Fernandez. Yes. Oh. Yeah, very strange little format in Canada. But this is the round of 64 happening still.
So has Leila gone on a date yet? And now does she have more time?
She certainly has more time, even though she said she wants, again, for those who missed it, Leila Fernandez, who won the D.C. tournament, but as we predicted yesterday, crapped out of her home country's tournament yesterday. She has openly said, I'd like to go on a date. I think she's 24 years old. I'd like to go on a date. Please, everybody, slide into my DMs, and I'll pick somebody to, have 1 hour coffee with.
It's a bold move, Layla.
Well, she's got time now.
Bold move.
Today, so that's a winning day yesterday. Today, 3 more plays, and Maya Joint is one of them. Sometimes not all picks are going to be sexy. I know
Smoke another joint.
I play all these dogs, but Maya Joint, minus 145. Again, VSiN.com/picks for all subscribers. I don't know where that number is now. Let me see, because this is the thing about being a subscriber. You get the plays overnight, and then by morning time, forgot the internet doesn't work here.
Would you like, while you're looking that up, I would like to pronounce the next matchup because it's my favorite name in tennis.
Okay.
Naomi Osaka, not that one. Right. Money line, minus 117. That's what Gil's got. Going up against Ludmila Samsonova.
Yeah, there's some. I don't know if it's pronounced Samsonova, which is how I used to do it, but some people pronounce it Samsonova.
I do hear that more often.
Yeah,
but it's more fun to say the other way.
Samsonova. So Maya Joint in the first match versus McCartney Kessler. Maya Joint minus 145 is where we got it at VSiN.com/picks yesterday. And then, as Kelly just mentioned, Naomi Osaka minus 117 versus Ludmila Samsonova or Samsonova. Right now, the numbers on those, I will give you the updated numbers. Maya Joint is minus 157.
Oh, wow.
Don't let it get higher. Again, 12 cents of CLV currently. Don't let it get higher. Naomi Osaka, hope she's right around the same price.
Yeah, she's right around the same thing. I saw minus 115 at DraftKings.
You might even get 2 cents better. And then the one dog we do have is on the men's side. You want to do that one? That's
Yosuke Watanuki.
Yosuke Watanuki, plus 248 against the big foe, Francis Tiafoe. Watanuki is...
Tiafoe, man?
Watanuki, plus 248. Watanuki beat Tiafoe at Indian Wells, and he gave him all kinds of trouble there. So, listen, Tiafoe's got that in mind. He wants a little revenge here. But at plus 248, this didn't make any sense to me. So those are the 3 plays. 2 on the ladies' side. Joint and Osaka, and then Watanuki on the men's side.
Tiafoe get bounced a little early in D.C.?
Say what now?
Did Tiafoe get bounced early in D.C.?
Early-ish for him.
Early-ish, yeah. Okay.
Early-ish for him.
I'm a big Tiafoe fan, man. I'm U.S. Open. I wanted to bet him.
You wanted to bet him for the U.S. Open?
He's not in great form right now, right?
This is not the best we've seen from Francis. Yeah. No, it's not. But you're right. D.C. is the home tournament for him. And, it did not go particularly well in D.C. He lost to Ben Shelton, got to the quarterfinals. Okay. But he always had that in the draw that he knew he'd have to face Shelton. So no shame there. July most wins. We always joke about this, that the quirky thing about these bets, the monthly bets, is the players on the field have no idea that this is a thing. And so they have no idea that we're about to see an epic collapse occur here at the end of the month of July. The Toronto Blue Jays, and I really, to those of our listeners who have the Blue Jays, Rich PSM, you're out there, Xavier, I think you have him out there, a bunch of folks out there who have the Blue Jays. Oh boy, They have run into the monster that is the Baltimore Orioles, and all of a sudden the Blue Jays are sort of coming back down to earth. And they have right now, with one game up, they got swept in a doubleheader yesterday. 2 of these 3 games they played against the Orioles, they've just gotten murdered in. And the Blue Jays now have been caught by the Brewers. The Brewers with a win yesterday, big win over the Cubs in a big NL Central tilt. The Brewers are 17-6 now. The Blue Jays are 17-8. The only other 2 teams that are in this mathematically, the Red Sox at 16-7, the Rangers at 15-8. That's it. Those are the only 4 that can be involved. And remember, this will come down to where you have your ticket. Because if you have it at Circa, there are tiebreakers involved, fewest losses, followed by run differential. If you have it at William Hill, Caesars, or DraftKings, dead heat in full effect. So Jays fans right now, if I gave the Jays ticket holders truth serum right now, would they take a dead heat? They probably would, the way the Jays are playing. But the Brewers, man, my goodness, 17-6. Only the Rangers have a better run differential, but the Rangers are the only one of those 4 teams that has 2 games left. That's why they're mathematically alive. Remember, the Rangers are my play for the month of August at 30-1. The longest shot on there, by the way, again, posting the odds for those who are not watching this, is the Red Sox, who are at 16-7, 1 win behind the Brewers and the Blue Jays, as long as 90-1 at Circa. We're the Boston Red Sox pre-flop on this. I haven't heard one person. I'm sure we know them. We did have a gentleman on, which we'll read when we do tweets, who does have a Brewers ticket, but I don't know anyone. I haven't seen anyone with a Red Sox ticket.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. So we'll see. 1 game or 2 games. By the way, this basically comes to an end today because there's only 3 games of Major League Baseball tomorrow with the trade deadline day in Major League Baseball, and a Hall of Fame game in the NFL.
That's right.
They're not standing aside for that. They're standing aside for the trade deadline. Will Hill, all his bets next. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Oh, look!
Wow! Look at that! Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history.
Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose 1 team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole 9, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, a huge schedule in Major League Baseball with 9 day games. We'll hit the in-play slate and go over the night card. Matt Humans will join us with his best bets in football. Glenn Clark in studio will talk Baltimore Ravens. And Mike Palm, the VP of Circa, will hop on the program. You cannot be serious. He's a Cubs fan. His dad was a Cubs fan. We'll talk Ryan Sandberg. Follow the Money, 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, now Sirius XM Channel 158. Check out the website for all our betting tools.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Want to bet smarter? Start with smarter insights. Right now, you can check out Greg Peterson's MLB Best Bets. We'll have Greg on here momentarily as well. Wes Reynolds' Wyndham Championship Preview. Steve Makinen's Hall of Fame game betting trends. And later today, you can check out Iowa Corn 350 NASCAR Preview, Tyler Shoemaker's WNBA picks, and Zach Cohen's Tennis Best Bets. Right now, you can sign up for full VSiN Pro access until the Super Bowl for only $175. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe to sign up today. Ladies and gentlemen, he joins us from a water park near you. Courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line.
Live at the Lazy River.
You can follow him on Twitter at @NotTheWillHill. Not only courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line, but courtesy of Alexander Graham Bell's great invention, the telephone. It's Will Hill. How you doing, Will?
Gilly, I think that's the best introduction I've ever gotten, not just on this show, but period. Yeah, my daughter's birthday, she wanted to go. There's a water park up at Foxwoods called Great Wolf Lodge, so they wanted to come up here. Not the best idea if you want to take Dad up to a sports book, a casino, if you want to see much of Dad during the trip. But I actually haven't been able to sneak off to the sports book, which has actually been in my favor because saved me a couple losers. But yeah, I'm up here at Foxwoods talking to you guys. Happy to have you back, Gilly.
Well, thank you very much. We don't often get an opportunity to talk about a documentary that isn't sports related. Not on this show. Never happens.
Yeah, never. Wonder where this goes.
But since you're at a water park, have you guys seen this documentary about?
No, Billy Joel. No,
not Billy Joel. Stop talking. You might learn something here. You might get entertained. Action Park, the Action Park documentary.
Yeah.
There was a water park in the 80s in New Jersey. I want to say Vernon Township. Now, I don't know if you know this, but those of us who grew up in the 80s, we didn't exactly have safety codes.
Right.
So the name of the water park was called Action Park, but it got dubbed Class Action Park. And the documentary shows like how unbelievably dangerous it was. So, Will, I say this you got to see this documentary. It's just you will just die laughing out of just sheer ridiculousness at how parents could have let their kids do this stuff. I have a buddy who was there. Anyway, thank God your kids are much safer now, is the point. Some 40, 50 years later.
It might have been
I would think, he says.
Yeah. I might have been at a water park in Germany once upon a time, and old Thad Bidlin went on a tube and literally went out of the slide and had to walk down the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all were going down. We're like, where's my dad at? And then you see him walking down the hillside carrying an inner tube. It was like, uh-oh, something went wrong.
Anyway. Kelly still
Be careful, water parks.
Yeah, sir. A little PSA.
Where is this documentary? Where can I find this documentary?
I think probably YouTube. I don't think you find it anywhere.
Okay.
I might be wrong. I might be somewhere else, but it's definitely the full thing on YouTube for sure. All right, full day, Major League Baseball. What do you got this morning? Let's start there.
Yeah, let's do this. And we got a trade deadline tomorrow. It used to be my favorite day, I think, maybe of the year. It's still pretty good, but I think with the extra teams now making the playoffs, the deadline it's watered down a little, not as many sellers. I'll start. I took a half a run with the White Sox in the first 5, a day game here with Hauser against Walker. I think I got the better pitcher with Hauser, who's been outstanding. Now, you look at the numbers, and there's probably some negative regression coming. I understand that. And he struggled against lefties, which I don't love, but Walker is just not, a solid pitcher at this point. He's a guy I'm sure Philly's probably looking to replace. Well, I guess when Nola comes back, they can replace him. But I got the better pitcher. I'll take the half a run here with the home team in the first 5. And this is not your slightly older brothers White Sox. These White Sox can actually hit. I don't know. For people that have been paying attention to baseball every day, you look up. Every day they're scoring 6, 4, 7 runs. I mean, they're swinging the bat. So they are much, much improved from last year. Now, that's not saying much. They were the worst team ever. But they're feisty. They can hit a little bit. So I'll take the half a run in the first 5 there. I also played the Royals here at a cheap money line price, slight favorites. Joey Wentz going for the Braves. To me, the Braves are just a flat-out fade going forward. No Acuna. I don't see any reason to see why he'll play the rest of the year. You and I, are the 5 of us, were going back and forth in the group chat about maybe a Braves under wins total with maybe no Acuna the rest of the year. Just you have a team with high expectations. They're out of it late July. To me, that's a team you look to fade, and Wentz is not much of a pitcher himself. How about this? 45-61 for the Braves. If I told you back in March or April, we're doing all these baseball previews, The Braves are going to be 45-60. What the hell happened? What went wrong? I know there's been some injuries, but man, a lot of teams have injuries. So Royals are a play for me here, and I'm going to take the 1.5 with the Pirates against your Magical Giants. The Magic hasn't been there the last week. Down to 500, 5 games out with a wild card. I'll take the 1.5. It's Webb at home, which is not a trend situation you like to fade a lot. But Webb has not been great the last month. A lot of traffic on the bases. He's gotten hit pretty hard. I don't know where the Giants are at mentally here with the trade deadline, what they decide to do, but I'll take the 1.5 with the Pirates. So those 3. And look, I don't know if you're going to ask me about it or not, but I'll just throw it out there. The Yankees are still plus 630 to miss the playoffs at FanDuel. If you're looking for a future bet, one with some plus odds, to me, that is certainly a bet with Judge's uncertainty here with the injury.
Well, let's put a pin in that. I want to get back to that. Let me just go through your bets again. White Sox plus a half a run, first 5 against the Phillies. We call that a Willie special, by the way. The plus half a run, first 5 is a Will Hill staple. Then Ronald Acuna, for those who missed it again, Achilles tightness. This guy just plagued by injuries now, so he's on the IL here for the Braves. That's what Will was referring to. And the Giants, just so many baseball seasons. You remember this from so many teams. Just a team that sort of overperformed heading into an All-Star break, and then just right before the All-Star break, all of a sudden the truth started to come out about actual performance and what the skill level is, and now they just look like the worst team in baseball to me. They are just playing so poorly at this point. But errors in the field, errors on the base paths, it's just ridiculous. About the Yankees, really? Do we not give them any chance here? I mean, the Blue Jays are sort of fugazi, right? The Blue Jays are an overperforming team. They're 63 and 46. They only have a plus 22 run differential. So one would expect a regression here. Yankees are only 4 back. Judge is supposed to come back here, right? You're very glass half empty. Is it because the soft buy of the trade deadline's got you down?
I just think the plus 630 price is enough to pull the trigger. Yes, they're only 4 out from Toronto, and Toronto's quietly had a 4-game losing streak after being red hot. They lost that final game Sunday, doubleheader yesterday, the Monday game, so they've quietly lost 4 in a row here. I just think they're only 3 up on Texas for a spot in Texas, Boston, Seattle, that little triumvirate. I could easily see. I just think there's a scenario where Judge comes back and is either not 100% or his rehab gets delayed. We've seen that plenty of times with these players. We've seen it plenty of times with the Yankees where he'll be back in 10 days. And then in 2 weeks, he's still not back. In 3 weeks, he's still not back. And he doesn't need to just come back. He needs to come back and be the Judge that, he was before the break or before, this injury here where he's basically the most dominant player in the sport. So there's a path here where the Yankees fall out of it. And I mentioned the Braves, by the way. Give a shout-out to the Bear, Chris Fleek. I think on your show, a week into the season, he gave them out plus 300 to miss the playoffs. I know it's a point of consternation in our group chat to call out winners early, but that one is a winner. I think we can agree that one is a winner. The Braves are not making the playoffs. But I wouldn't be as shocked if the Yankees missed it as well.
Yeah, what is Chris, speaking of Felica, he has the Yankees to miss the playoffs at an even better number than that, right? He's got, I want to say, double digits or 9-1 or something like that? Yeah.
10, 11 to 1. Diehard Yankee fan, by the way, Bear, Chris Felica. Every time they give up a run, he sends out a text message with multiple exclamation points, just jumping for joy. So his fandom has been brushed aside for this bet, which I can understand.
This is what it's like living on a chat with Will Hill and Chris Felica, 2 Yankees fans. They go from we deserve every free agent that's out there because that's how our lives have been and they can't possibly fathom that they don't get every free agent, to then they hate their team. There's no that's the toggle. There's no in between with these guys. All right.
Sounds like they're becoming Mets fans quickly.
I get it, though. The Yankees' price is the price is nice at plus 650 to miss, and as Will said, only a 2.5 game lead over the team on the outside looking in, which is currently the Rangers. Anything else before we go, Will? Anything else season long that you've done, or may I just ask you sort of a pat question of NFL-wise? What is the thing being bantied about? What is the common opinion you're hearing that you just can't get behind?
I think the Rams are a little too trendy. I get it. You got Stafford, you got McVay. Those aren't guys you want to fade. Hall of Fame coach and quarterback probably. I just feel like that close loss against the Eagles is doing a lot of the work in people's analyzing this team. Oh, they almost beat the Eagles and nobody else beat them. If you remember, Jalen Hurts was really banged up in that game. they were 1-3 or 1-4 at one point. I just think that their defense isn't great. I think that Rams Super Bowl, Rams to win the division, all that stuff, it's a little too trendy for me. And the other thing, too, is this idea that McCaffrey and the 49ers are going to bounce back. If you look at McCaffrey's numbers last year, I think 4 yards per carry, 65 touches, no touchdowns, going on 30 now, a running back with all that injury history. I don't buy this idea that he's going to be back and be the McCaffrey of 3-4 years ago.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. That's interesting.
Will just getting me closer to making that Dak Prescott bet early. Comeback player of the year.
Oh, I see.
McCaffrey's right up there, too, and I'm with Will.
Will, appreciate it as always, man. Enjoy the water park.
All right, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Will Hill at Not The Will Hill. That's with 2 E's on the V. At Not The Will Hill on the old Twitter machine. How about some NFL season win totals? Our favorites on the other side. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
They're off.
Gear up for football season the sharp way with a VSiN Pro subscription. Right now, grab our football special for just $175. An early bird deal that gives you full VSiN access through the Super Bowl. That includes our NFL betting guide, loaded with team previews, power ratings, and season-long best bets. Plus, pro picks sent to your inbox daily, betting splits from DraftKings and Circa, live shows on the VSiN Watch app, and so much more. Don't wait. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
VSiN and Winner's Circle Proxy are giving away 2 grand prize packages for the Circa Million 7 contest. Each includes a fully paid entry, full season proxy service from the team at Winner's Circle Proxy, and an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of our VSiN studios in Las Vegas. Wow.
Who's leading that tour?
Behind the glass they can go?
I hope Rob Moreno leads that tour.
They don't even
of all of our facilities.
They don't even let me behind the glass. They just stop me. It's free to enter. Just go to winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN and fill out the short form before August 17th. Don't miss your shot to play for $6 million in guaranteed prizes this season. Go to winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. Once again, fully paid entry, full season proxy service from the team at Winner Circle Proxy, and an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of the VSiN studios in Vegas. Man.
You get to see where Wyatt Tomczyk eats his Pop-Tarts every morning back there. That is exciting.
You think when people go through those, fully paid entry, full proxy service, and an exclusive tour behind the VSiN studios, which do you think is the most appealing of all three of those?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the contest entry, Gil.
Okay. I was just curious. Ladies and gentlemen, we get tweets at beating.
Well, really, both the top two, because the problem is if you live out of state, you really need the proxy service then. So it's both combined.
True dat. Scuba Scott. Can the Brewers find a way to mess this up? Am I allowed to be equally upset if this bet does not cash because it's a free bet after all? Oh, we made a free bet on the Milwaukee Brewers, most wins in the month of July at 25-1. Good
nice.
luck.
That's
Good
the way
luck.
to use those things,
That's
man.
exactly right, Scuba Scott. The numbers guys. Quote, how does he lure them in, unquote? Are we talking about Greg Come Hither Peterson? Oh, we're going to find out momentarily. Mike Montesano, our buddy, says, try going to DraftKings and finding, this is about the baseball matchups. I was saying it was hard to find. Mike Montesano, try going to DraftKings and finding college football teams for season wins and conference wins. Good luck. Takes forever to find your specific team. Scroll. It's the worst. This is from Moneyline Marv. The Action Park doc is on HBO or Max or HBO Max, whatever it's called these days. Thank you for that, Moneyline Marv. It's HBO Max. Brad Magnus, Class Action Park is on HBO. I wish I could have gone there as a kid. Would have been much better than Noah's Ark. You got to see this documentary. Like human beings flying in the air.
I would watch that. That stuff also terrifies me, though. Like I know me and you both have like issues with heights, right? Is that fair?
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that is fair.
So like. Also, one of those things is for me always has been like, I'm a larger dude, right? Like when you look at like roller coasters or something like that, I'm like, I don't trust that. Like, you know, like the weird ones where you're hanging or something. I'm like, I don't trust that. I don't trust that with what I weigh to be able to keep me up there.
I'm so with you. But this thing is more like, it's just a, wow. When I was growing up, like this never occurred to us. Were there no adults that this occurred to? I was a kid. That kind of thing. KJ. There's a Johnny Knoxville movie based on Action Park called Action Point. It's basically a Jackass movie based in the park. Las Vegas 514. Yo, I heard that Casanova from the late, great Gerald Levert. Quick, Kelly, name a Gerald Levert song. Or a Levert song.
Yeah.
Karis
Levert?
Vegas regular Class Action Park is on HBO. And Eric Biggio from William Hill Caesars. Grew up in North Jersey in the 80s, 90s. So much fun at Action Park. Great memories, including everyone in school comparing scars from the Alpine slide. We just didn't know any better, I guess. Can I also give Eric Biggio a shout-out? Spanky, who's coming up later. Spanky had, at Spank Odds, a half-season-long baseball handicapping contest. 240 picks minimum.
Yeah.
We talked about this on the show. For the first 90 picks, I was in the top 10, and then I knew it was coming. I was going to fall off. Guess who won it?
Eric Biggio.
Eric Biggio.
Wow. There we go. Eric Biggio.
Bam.
All right.
Well done. All right. Before we get our season win totals, big news with the Bengals. Trey Hendrickson has reported and has walked onto the practice field.
He is on the field, people. No deal. No, we don't. This is now a hold in, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's on the field.
This is more than a hold in. This is I'm not only holding in, I'm playing. I'm practicing.
Yeah, man, I guess that's still to be determined today. I don't really know.
Oh, he might just like walk on the sidelines.
Yeah, like he might do that whole.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, honestly, the Bengals might want him to do that a little bit, right? Yeah. Like, hey, hang out on the sidelines for a couple days and just get on the bike or something. But yeah, we had that. I mean, so that would be one to monitor, and then a couple injuries. I love that like everybody makes fun of all the highlights from training camp. I'm like, I breeze by those on my Twitter timeline. I'm just looking for injuries, right? Injuries. And it is Isaiah Likely, the Ravens tight end, small foot fracture. That happened during yesterday's practice. At first, it looked like it was going to be even worse than that. But that happened yesterday for the Ravens. That's a big one.
Well,
and then
if it's going to happen, though, happen in July so we can get back early.
That's true, yes. Yep. And then Browns losing a starting cornerback. That team already hurt. And Martin Emerson Jr. carted off the field yesterday with an Achilles injury. News came down this morning. It is a tear of his Achilles tendon, so he will be out, I would guess, for the season.
Hey, have I ever told you about my Achilles injuries? Has that ever come up on the show before?
Was it documented in the Billy Joel documentary?
Oh. You are standing on a bad hill with this Billy Joel.
No, I just thought it was funny when you were leading into the water park one, where I was like, if he somehow brings this back to Billy Joel, this is going to be the most impressive thing I've ever heard.
No, you act like I talked about it for days. Favorite season win totals, National Football League.
We got a beautiful opener for this. It's Wednesday, Skill.
It goes a little something like this.
Yeah.
Win total.
For the guys looking over or under, it's another edition of Win Total Wednesday on a numbers game.
I like when we play it in the middle of the summer, another edition. Like, it makes it sound like we do this every week. It's been like 7 months.
Win Total Wednesdays.
We're back.
What did we lose in the divorce with Matt Brown from Primetime Action? What did we lose? Teaser Tuesdays we lost in the divorce.
No. I stole that back.
You stole it back.
I don't know. That's been a while. It was like 3 years ago.
I think you violated the terms of the divorce.
I mean, maybe. Whatever.
Okay. The only one of these that I have actually bet is the Giants under 5.5. Full disclosure. But these are the other 4 that I'm considering making. First of all, the Giants under 5.5. Can I make the case again for this? Let's say you give the Giants 2-4 in the division. I'm being generous, right? Their season win total is 5.5. If I give them 2-4 in the division, which is super generous, right?
Yes.
Then then 1-4 in the rest of their home games. They got Green Bay, Kansas City, the Chargers, the Vikings, and the Niners at home. It's a brutal home schedule, non-division. I'll give you 1 win there. Then you still got to figure out a way to win 3 of your other road games, which are Chicago, Denver, Detroit, New England, Vegas, and the Saints. That part you might be able to get, but it just has to go spectacularly well for them to even get to 6. Based on this schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos over 9.5. Love that.
I think the other big thing for the Giants one with me, Gil, too, is it's going to be with a theme with a couple of my win totals. It's just the strength of the division too. Like I'm higher on the Cowboys, I think, than most, and I still think the Cowboys are probably 3rd in that division. So
that's why when I go through something like 2-4 in the division, I'm being real kind right there. Broncos over 9.5. Let's say you go 3-3 in the division. You got to go 4-2 your remaining home games, Dallas, Jacksonville, Giants, Tennessee, Bengals, Packers. And then you only need 3 other road games, Houston, Indianapolis, Philly, Washington, and the Jets. I think you get to 10 wins.
This should be on my list, too. I made a Broncos to make the playoffs bet last week, Gil, so I'm on there with you. Over 9.5 at about the same price, it's probably a better bet.
Say which one?
Just playing the over on the win total than them to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's probably a better bet. I
like them both.
Played -105 for them to make the playoffs.
I won't go through the Raiders and Steelers logic because I'll let Kelly have the floor here. But I just want to go through the Cowboys under 8.5. I know a lot of people are like super bullish on the Cowboys. You love Dak for comeback play of the year. But if I give you 3-3 in the division, all right, 3-3 in the division, you sweep the Giants, you win one of the other 4 games. And then 2-3 in other home games. Green Bay, Kansas City, the Chargers, the Cardinals, and the Vikings. I mean, that is not easy. I'll give you 2 of those. You still have to figure out a way to win 4 of the rest of your road games. Denver, Detroit being among them. Then the other 4, which I think you can have a shot at. Chicago, Vegas, the Jets, and the Panthers. So those are doable. But again, it's got to go completely well for you to get to 9.
Yeah, I'm still a lean to the over guy here, but this is where I did play. I played that Cowboys regular season points prop over just to take out, because I don't trust the defense. So I didn't want to go win totals, just focused on the offense and score.
Do you want me to go through my other 2 and give you the floor on another segment so you can get full
No, go ahead. I can go through mine quick.
Okay, well, go through yours.
Okay, so Seahawks under 7.5. This is, like Gil said, the only bet I have, and we should talk about these win totals more, because I don't know that I'm not as excited about a bunch of win totals this offseason as I have been in years past. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. Giants is the only one I've bet so far. Now, Seahawks I did play last. in the NFC West. To finish last in the NFC West, I think this is a pretty good substitute bet for that, too. If you wanted to go under 7.5, plus 140, they probably are going to finish in that 6-7 win range, in my opinion. Giants under, I did bet that. Gil talked through that one already. And then Bills, I bet to have most wins, most regular season wins. So that would translate to an over 12.5. And again, that one is, all of these are so division related. Seahawks, I think the NFC West is stacked. I believe in all three of those other teams. I have major questions about the Seahawks. Bills, I think, completely roll through that AFC East. I think the Patriots a little overrated right now. Maybe the Dolphins we like a little bit more than most, but I still don't think they're going to be great. I think the Jets suck.
I'll talk about my Raiders under and my Steelers under in a subsequent segment here when we have some time. But these are fun to look at. And again, they're, rife with peril doing the win-loss thing I get. But some of these schedules are brutal, for sure. We'll come back. Greg Peterson, full day of Major League Baseball, and a full dating analysis next.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons, it's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim, it's the only thing like it in the world.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on a Numbers Game live from Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin alongside. We get tweets at Beating the Book. Best listeners in the game. I will fight anybody on this. Scuba Scott chimed in. He goes, where can I sign up to audition for satisfied customer testimonials for Profit X? He said, last night, sitting on my couch here in beautiful Kenosha, Wisconsin, I bet the Brewers-Cubs game instead of driving 15 miles to the truck stop in Wadsworth, Illinois. So shout out to Profit from Scuba Scott. D-Gen Southern Gent, please let Greg Peterson know not to bother messaging Leila Fernandez. I called dibs already. So don't go. Greg cannot go into her DMs. Also, I learned recently that Christopher Lloyd's movie Camp Nowhere was based on Action Park. Willing to bet Kelly remembers that 90s kids classic from 1994.
Yeah, I do. Less music, more early mid-90s random movie references like this one. I don't even remember the plot. The plot of it was like the kids steal whatever summer camp money from their parents or whatever and go hire like some dude to just run a camp for them where they can do whatever the hell they want. And yeah, that makes sense. It checks out.
Oh, see where we come down on this. Dan Groeschel. If I'm a lifelong Brewers fan, but hold a ticket at Caesars for the Blue Jays to win most wins in July, am I allowed to root for the Cubs, or does that violate the rules of fandom? Wow. It does violate the rules of fandom, but you're absolutely allowed because money trumps fandom. I hate to say it as an adult. Jason H11, thanks, guys. Now all I can picture is for Kelly at a water park yelling cannonballs. He splashes 25 people.
I am very civilized at a water park. Okay, I'm a guy who I really enjoy a lazy river. Shout out to Mandalay Bay. Enjoy their lazy river.
Oh, lazy river.
I enjoy the Mandalay Bay pool setup.
I have many great memories of when Gracie was little. We would play in the water park.
Mandalay Bay got pools designed for adults and for kids.
Yes, it does.
Guess what? I take advantage of all of them. Yes. I love all of them.
It has the lazy river. It has the wave pool, and then it has something called Toptional.
That's what you do, Gil. You hit them in that order too.
Toptional. Mike Zills, Duke 90. Oh, this is the serious part of Action Park. We're laughing at it, but some psycho teenager, he says, drove up my dad's back on the Alpine slide, gave him a 10-inch laceration, and several people drowned in the super high wave pool.
Jeez.
They did, man. It was crazy. Stuart Carlin got Maya Joint, -140, best he could find, and Naomi at -115. Let's go. And Jay Green says, Clash Action Park is also on Max. Wild, wild stuff. Let's go to Greg Peterson without further ado. He is a savant when it comes to several sports, college basketball and baseball being perhaps chief among them. You can follow him on Twitter at @GUnit_81. It's Greg Peterson, everybody, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing great, Gil, and I love hearing those memories. I love hearing just all about lazy rivers and stuff like that. Good, clean family fun.
Good, clean family fun. Yeah. Speaking of good, clean family fun, Greg, before we get to your baseball plays, full day Major League Baseball. You're always open with your personal life. I always have found it fascinating, so I hope you don't mind me asking you a question or two. One, by the way, Chris Felique also texted. He says, please, he goes, maybe Greg should open up his DMs like Leila Fernandez did. I don't know if you want to do that. But explain to me how many dating sites you're on, and then what is your approach? What's your sort of sales pitch?
Well, I was on like 3 or 4 apps at my peak. As of right now, we're trying to go steady. So right now I'm on 0, but when I'm actually looking, we're on about 3 to 4. But the sales approach is you see how many swipes you have, you utilize every one of them because you miss every shot that you don't take. I utilized this show a few years ago when I was on with you, Gil. You want to be the Carmelo Anthony of the dating sites. If there's a shot to be taken, you take the shot because you never know what's going to happen.
You really don't know what's going to happen.
Greg just on a roll at farmersonly.com. That's what I hear.
But I love that you, by the way, use the 70s phrase "going steady." I love that. So you are currently in a relationship and you are off the market. That is the case?
Currently, I'm on date number 5 with this girl, so you know what? We are going to see where this goes.
Okay, and how are you feeling about that? Pretty optimistic?
Pretty optimistic, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Last question: Are you looking for long term, or are you like in this mode where you're like, nah, it's cool, whatever happens, I'm on to the next?
I am a long-term man.
Okay.
I am a man of commitment, so I am a hopeless romantic.
Oh, that's a beautiful way to end that.
I mean, he's already said they're going steady. He's only gone on 4 dates with her.
Yeah, steady is
5.
Five. I thought date number 5 was coming up. I'm sorry. 5 already.
Kelly,
5 already.
stop shortchanging.
Yeah, they're going steady, bro.
All right, Greg. For every date then that you've been on 4 so far, 5 coming up, or 5 so far?
5.
5 so far.
5 so far, 6 coming up.
All right. Let's get a baseball pick for every one of these dates. Can you give us 5? Is that possible?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What do you got?
Well, we are going to be looking at the Rockies versus the Cleveland Guardians game, with it being Colby Allard against Kyle Freeland. And you're getting plus money on the run line with the Cleveland Guardians, so sign me up there. Kyle Freeland just on a miserable run right now, giving up 3+ runs in 4 out of his last 5 starts. And the Rockies are scoring a little bit more on the road. We've seen them erupt a bit in this series against the Cleveland Guardians, but as we know, they trade away Ryan McMahon. This bullpen has been all sorts of awful, and Colby Allard is going to be getting the start for the Cleveland Guardians. He's been primarily a bullpen piece. He's gotten some starts in the past with the likes of the Texas Rangers, the Atlanta Braves, but never really panned out there. Has a sub-3 ERA, but the fact that he doesn't get any strikeouts whatsoever has me very concerned on him, that he's going to give up some runs. So I'm seeing that total of 8. I like the over. Guardians bullpen, far better than the Rockies. Feels like the Guardians lineup 1 through 9. It's been rough at the bottom. It feels like it's starting to come alive a little bit more with Kyle Manzardo's multi-home run game yesterday. So I'm in on that Guardians run line at plus money to go along with the over.
Oh, okay. So 2 bets in 1 right there. Over, and then the Guardians run line minus a 1.5. Is that what you said right there? Plus 114? All right.
Yes, sir.
Guardians, by the way, 53 and 54. Just refusing to lay down and die for those of us who have the under on them at 82. Okay, what's next?
How about if we go with the Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles? I was able to dive in on this under when it was a 10. I still like it at a 9.5. Jose Barrios, throughout his career, has always been a much better pitcher when he has been at home rather than away from home. But this year, his road ERA has actually been a bit better. He's down to about a 3.30 ERA, and he faces off against a guy in Dean Kramer who's been posting up a sub-275 ERA at home, but with the double dip yesterday, you've got the far better bullpen on the side of the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays, by the way, actually claimed one of the Orioles bullpen pieces mid-doubleheader yesterday. It's Anthony Dominguez. You don't find that very often, so I do think that that's going to be able to help out this Blue Jays team a little bit. They've been able to generate quite a bit more offense with George Springer, Vlad Guerrero Jr. company coming alive. Now, for the Orioles, they are averaging about 4.9, even closer to 5 runs per game after the 16-run outburst yesterday. But I think that Barrios gives you a good start. I do like the Blue Jays here on the money line. You're able to find them right around about even money or so, maybe a skosh higher / lower. And I'm going to be in on that under as well.
In on the under as well. So 2-1 again in the Blue Jays-Orioles game. And that is the earliest of all starts, I believe, today. 12:35 p.m. Yeah, 12:35 p.m. Eastern, 9:35 a.m. Pacific start time for those here on the left coast or in the Pacific time zone. All right. By the way, are you a long-term believer in the Blue Jays?
For the long term, not quite as much. I do believe that they need to make a few trades at the trade deadline. I thought that there was going to be a little bit of regression. We've seen that this week, but I don't think that they lose 4 straight games to the Orioles.
Okay, give us another.
All right, how about if we go with the Brewers versus the Cubs? This is a big-time game, and Shota Imanaga, he's a guy that I think is very much due for regression. 3.12 ERA, but how about a 3.70 or a 4.70 fielding dependent? He's been giving up 1.6 home runs per 9 innings. He's really not much of a swing and miss guy, as his strikeouts per 9 rate is below 7. So having him pitch to a lot of contact, that's something that is incredibly concerning to me. And this is a Brewers team that is just really loading up with regards to their offense. This is a bunch that overall for the season has been a top 10 team in terms of runs per game, despite the fact that they don't necessarily hit a lot of homers. You've got Christian Yelich, Jackson Trio, though, firing all cylinders. And with Freddie Peralta, 9.5 strikeouts per 9 innings is actually a career low for him. But I think that he's going to go out there, lend a good start with a Brewers team supporting him that is in the top 5 in terms of bullpen ERA since June 1st. So getting the Brewers at a relatively respectable price, I like them on the money line. And that 7.5 total, I mentioned it. I think that Imanaga is doing for regression. I'm in on the over.
Wow, okay. We've already exceeded the number of dates then, so another 2-for-1 right there. Brewers and Cubs started this series deadlocked atop the NL Central. Brewers now 2 up, looking for the sweep today at American Family Field. Bonus played before you go out here, 30 seconds, Greg? Anything else?
We got the Rays versus the New York Yankees. Will Warren against Zach Little. Little's giving up darn near 2 home runs per 9 innings. Yankees had a little bit of an outburst with their offense yesterday. I think that they could be able to give you a little bit more offense here. I think that the Rays get to a guy in Will Warren who's got an ERA above a 4, so I like that over of 9.
Greg Peterson, ladies and gentlemen, a volume shooter, but at heart, a hopeless romantic.
We should have compared all the bets to like first date, second date, third date, that sort of thing. You know, first date, which are you most unsure about? Third date, what are you most excited about? Yeah,
that's why you're producer number 9. So much more than a producer.
Now let's redo it. Let's do it. Let's redo the whole segment.
Thank you, Greg. Pleasure as always.
Thank you,
Greg Peterson. Everybody, G-Unit_81. Spanky on the other side.
Introducing the $500 trifecta. Use your GBank Visa signature credit card within 3 months of account opening and